little bit late today, but I welcome everybody to our December 16th board meeting here at the General Services Building. It's our last meeting of 2024. Can you believe it? It's already flown by, and here we are, Christmas time. So I've asked our county attorney, Scott Bennett, to lead us in the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, first up, we need a motion to approve the minutes of a regular meeting and work session held on December 2nd and a special session held on December 5th.
So moved, Chairman Howard.
I'll second the motion.
Could we get a vote on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It is passed unanimous. Next, we need to approve the demands and handwritten warrants also.
Make a motion that we pay our bills, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second Vice Chairman Mack's motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. First, we have up PJ, but Jeff's going to take it from the Sheriff's Department. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you. On behalf of the sheriff and the sheriff's office, we're making a request that was unbudgeted for a upgrade of cameras of the flock system, and also to give us 2 new locations for the flock system. Just a brief explanation. The flock system, they are sole vendors, and it is a system that connects us throughout the country, particularly in the state of Arizona. And what it does is it allows license plates to be recorded. And what we have found is we've been very successful in helping with criminal investigations, from homicide suspects on down the line to silver alerts. What we're asking is that we upgrade the current cameras. It came to our attention that the cameras that we currently had could only clearly catch a certain speed, and they've upgraded the cameras since then. That would be more beneficial to us for the speeds that it's able to capture. And then we would also like to add 2 strategic locations that we'd like to leave kind of unnamed at this point, so that we could again be effective for the whole valley, for the whole community.
What a neat addition to the county to have that, and not only to the county, but the whole country. What it benefits the whole country. It's a great thing to have. So we have any other discussion or questions for Jeff on this?
Chairman, I just had a couple. First, a comment, and this was funded with a grant, so it was great to have the grant funding, and it looks like we've got some outside funding to take care of the upgrades. A couple questions. As you upgrade the cameras, are the cameras that are being upgraded, is that a software upgrade? Or are those cameras going to be, if they're obsolete, can they be given to Thatcher or Safford?
Already in the works. As far as your latter point, is that those cameras, they're the actual physical cameras. It's not software. We will have the upgraded cameras installed for us, and then those cameras will probably be given to one of those 2 agencies who are also currently working with their boards to get contracts approved. So we're going to have the valley pretty well covered, in theory, in the next 6 to 8 months.
Great, and it hasn't been that long. It's been, I think, less than a year, so, and they've already proven their worth, especially in that case in Greenlee County. But my question is, were those high-speed cameras available at the time that we purchased the system? And are we getting sold? You know, is this just a marketing ploy? And through and I'm not looking for any internal fault. It's just I'm just going to complain a little bit if they came back to us and said, oh, we can make some more money. We'll give them the base model and then sell them the premium later.
The way that was explained to me, they did not have those cameras available at the time.
Okay.
And so it came to our knowledge when we were actually working with Safford and Thatcher with Flock. We started having a discussion, and then that came up and it caught my attention, and that's what's led to this. I was assured that those cameras were not available at the time.
Okay.
that those cameras are now available. And that's what led to our upgrade or our additional cameras we want to put, because of those areas are going to be speeds that were not within the current range. But that's when the discussion of the upgraded cameras and that the cameras technology had improved. That's when that discussion came up.
Thanks, Jeff, for that great information. One last question, and this is a little bit into the weeds. Is there a need in our state with the use of these license plate cameras for us to go and advocate for license plates on the front and back of vehicles? Would that be of any value to law enforcement?
My understanding of the system, this is focused on the rear, so it would not be, to my knowledge. And cities like Mesa, Phoenix, those type of things, they have actual huge crime centers is what they call it, monitoring cameras, monitoring this flock system 24/7. Globe, when you go into Globe, if you're looking for them, you can see them. Just they're all over the state. Surprise, Glendale, they're just everywhere, and they've been very beneficial. We're connected to all those systems, and that's how we were led to that. Homicide suspect from back east is we're actually connected with that agency from back east as well.
Thank you. I'm completely support the upgrade, and the fact that you've got outside funding makes it even more palatable.
But what I was told is if for some reason that funding falls through, Scott Bennett's office is willing to pay the bill. I was told that after the meeting, but that's what I understand.
What a good guy, Scott.
Anything else, Vice Chairman?
No.
Could I get a motion?
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the 2 unbudgeted capital SBITAs with flock safety to upgrade our current cameras with high-speed photography.
I'll go ahead and I'm pleased to second Vice Chairman Mack's motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make it unanimous. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next, we have Darlene Montier, Assessor's Office.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I'm here to ask your approval to ratify an agreement with Jerry Robinson for title consultant services from December 3rd, 2024 to February 28th, 2025.
Any questions or discussion on this matter?
No, I'm just wondering if 3 months enough?
I think it will be. We're
Okay.
hoping.
Well, welcome back to Jerry, and it's
Yeah,
already
we're-
been, as you said, it's a ratification, so it's a blessing that she's available to help.
Yes, it is.
You?
I don't have anything.
I'll go ahead and, Mr. Chairman, unless you have a comment.
Yes, go ahead and make a motion, please.
I would move that we approve or ratify the agreement that's been made with Jerry Robinson for title consultant services for a 3-month period.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Thank you.
Thank
Darlene.
you very much.
Next, we have Cindy Orr, Treasurer. Oh, it's Lori, okay. From the Treasurer.
Good morning. Cindy
morning.
couldn't make it this morning, so I'm here representing the Treasurer's Office. And I'm asking for the approval of an offer for the over-the-counter tax deed parcel, parcel number 112-16020.
Questions for her? Comments? Always good work.
Thanks for collecting the money.
Yes.
That's out there. Thanks for getting it, these parcels cleaned up, and it's great to have it in the treasury.
Get a motion?
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the over-the-counter tax deed offer.
And I'll second the motion.
Could we get a vote on that, please? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pass unanimous. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Next, we have Michael Peterson. Oh, you're taking Michael's. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm here to present 2 contracts for on-call initial appearance master. One is for Stephanie Newton, and the other one's for Richard Garino. This is a renewal of the FY 23-24 contract between the county and Stephanie Newton and Richard Garina. Stephanie is an on-call initial appearance master for which are conducted on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, and so is Richard Garina. Per statute, initial appearances must be conducted within 24 hours. The initial appearance rotation list includes Judge Peterson, Judge Ragland, Judge Palmer, Judge Aiden, Stephanie Newton, and Ricardo Garina. Stephanie and Ricardo are the only two individuals who are compensated for their time. This contract will cover FY 25 and FY 26, and it includes a rate increase of $5. We used to pay him $30, but Stephanie asked for a $5 increase, so we would like your approval for the increase for Stephanie and Ricardo. And that's all.
That's it? Questions or discussion?
No, it's critical. You know, we can either get some help for the judges or get another judge. And I think this is going to be a lot less costly, and it gives them, frees up, gives them the opportunity to plan for weekends and not have to be there all weekend long. So it's necessary, it's reasonable, and it's a lifeline for the other judges, and I'm in favor.
Thank you.
Vice Chairman Mack, anything?
No, sir. I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the agreement for on-call initial appearance master Stephanie Newton.
And I'll second that motion.
Can we have a vote on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Pass unanimous. Thank you.
And
We
how
have
about
Richard's.
Richard?
Oh, we have to do both. We're doing both of them, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's get the motion on the second one, please.
I'll go ahead and move, Chairman, that we go ahead and approve the agreement for on-call initial appearance for, it looks like an 18-month period for initial appearance master Ricardo Garina.
I'll second the motion.
Need to vote on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pass unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Michael Bryce. Oh, no, we don't have Michael Bryce. Everybody's different. Mr. Engel.
Good morning. So this is for two final approval IGAs with ADOT for the rail highway safety improvements. The first one's Black Rock Road and the second's Monteith Lane. I think last meeting you heard the draft, so the same contract, but it was the draft, and so this is now the final. They made some revisions. So,
Questions, comments?
Now, I started to try to go through and dig out what were the changes, and nothing was redlined. So, and I decided my "Where's Waldo" exercise was futile. So, I'll just give the benefit of the doubt to our legal team and approve it when it comes time for vote.
Comments, Clay?
No, sir. I'll go ahead and make a motion on the first one to approve the final IGA with Arizona Department of Transportation for safety improvements on Black Rock Road.
And I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Second one, please.
I'll go ahead and move, Chairman Howard, that we approve the new agreement with ADOT for the rail highway safety improvement project at Monteith Lane, the revised IGA.
I'll second Supervisor David's motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Thank you. Next, we have McCoy Hawkins, IT.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm here to request unbudgeted capital of a structure to be put at Asher's called the Ice Bridge. A lot of history there in Asher's. About 10 years ago, we had one tower there, it blew over. There's an ice bridge to that old tower that's kind of homemade. We built a brand new tower there a year after it fell down. That structure does not have an ice bridge. Motorola, on our last call, of our digital radio replacement weekly call. They asked that we put the ice bridge in, and what it does is protect the cables from falling ice, and we know we're not going to get falling ice, but it's still, they requested it to hold the cables between the tower structure and the building structure to protect them cables. And so I'm here to ask your permission to spend under the DEMA grant that we currently have. Julie, I know she's not here, and I don't know if Jennifer knows much about it, but she thinks that we have enough money in that grant to take care of this. This will be a capital item because it becomes a part of the structure at that point. So that, unless you have some other questions I can answer,
Any questions, comments?
So this, in essence, what's the distance between the tower and the equipment house?
That's correct.
No, what's the distance, the approximate distance?
It's probably 15 feet.
Okay, so this is basically just like a framework to secure it, but it does have some, I saw some footings included, so there'll be a little excavation and then posts and then some beams.
That's correct. There's going to be 2 posts put in the ground. They dig them down 4 foot. They put in a grounding structure because it has to be grounded to an earth ground. And so that's a lot of the cost here is all of that labor.
Okay, yeah, it's reasonable and needed, and I guess it would provide some support to the tower, some lateral support. I'm guessing.
It doesn't touch the tower or the building.
Okay.
There's breezeway between each of about 10 inches. It's just provides that structure for that cabling between the two, so it's not sagging.
Okay, I understand now. Thank you.
Get a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the capital ice bridge at Ashurst Tower.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. None
Thank you.
opposed. Thank you. Next, we have an item for the board. Dustin Welker, our county manager, will take this one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. It's been since 2021 since we've made this request, at least for the entire county. But in past history, when Christmas has landed on a weekday or Christmas Eve has landed on a work day, we have made this request. So Christmas is on a Wednesday this year, and we're requesting for board approval for a half-day workday on Tuesday, the Tuesday before Christmas. Just to clarify, this does not, that half-day, if it were approved by the board, doesn't become a holiday. There would be no holiday pay for those that did work it. And if someone takes the entire day off, they would have to take their entire 8 or 10 hours. They wouldn't be gifted the half day, but it would be for those that are actually working on Christmas Eve. They would be allowed to leave at noon and have the half day off, and county buildings would be closed. So that's the request. As you know, the days off that we do have are lined out in state statute, so this Christmas Eve is not one of those. So this is an extra ask that we make to the board when it lies on Christmas Eve like this.
Boy, that's kind of, we say no, and we're kind of the Grinch, so anyway.
We put you in a tough
Throwing
spot.
stuff at us.
Any comments or question on that?
No, I'm not, we won't want to touch this one other than to approve it. I'll go ahead and move that we approve the half-day off request for this year for Christmas Eve, and with the motion will include with gratitude and appreciation.
I'll second Supervisor David's motion.
Could we get a vote on this, please?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pass unanimous.
Thank you. We very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. This next item, every 16 months, we rotate our chairmanship with the board, and that 16 months is up at the end of this month. So it's that time to select a new chairman and vice chairman for the board. Whatever is selected today would become effective on January 6th, 2024, which is our next meeting. And yeah, that's,
Okay.
turn that over to the board.
Yeah.
2025, yes.
Good catch, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Let me just say this 16 months sure to go by fast, and it's been an honor serving as your chairman. I think as a county, we're kind of unique. We give us all the opportunity to serve as chairman, and it's a great opportunity for us to rotate this like this. And again, I've been very pleased to be the chairman. It's been a great experience, and I thank the board for allowing me to be the chairman. So, Supervisor David, do you have anything to comment on this?
Well, in our rotation, our Supervisor Mack has been a quick study and done a great job as vice chairman, so it just makes sense to then rotate him to the chairman position.
Absolutely.
And there being absolutely no, I mean, you have big shoes to fill, but he can do it.
I don't know about
So,
that.
and that'll give him the, you know, in listening to him with public hearings, and of course, we haven't had any knockdown, drag out public hearings yet. You'll have that opportunity at some point in the future. But you're well qualified and highly recommended, and I would be pleased to serve with you as either a member or a vice chairman.
Thank you.
Anything to add to that, Mr. Mack?
I just appreciate the opportunity to get to serve and look forward to doing the
So
job.
we need to make a motion on this? Do I have a motion?
Well, are we just going to go? Are
We
we
just vote?
talk about vice chair too, or just the chair?
Yeah, we probably should, huh?
Typically, in past history, the chairman goes back to member and
Just go
everyone
right on
just
down the line. So
steps
you would
up,
be
so.
you'd be the vice chair. I would be just the Mr. David down there.
Yeah.
So do we have a motion then, or do we just vote on this?
We need a motion and a vote.
Okay.
I'd be glad to move that we approve Vice Chairman Clay Mack to serve as chairman of the Graham County Board of Supervisors for the next 16 months.
And do we need to include Paul on that as well?
We can make it 2 votes or 1 vote, whatever you'd like to do.
Well, since I don't want to nominate myself, or I don't want
Okay,
to move
well,
myself.
we'll
so.
go ahead and vote on Clay, and then we'll vote. Do we need to come to a vote? Do I have a vote on
We
this,
need
please?
a second, don't we?
Yes, and I'll second that. Excuse me.
Can I make it unanimous?
Yep.
Okay.
You do.
Aye.
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 Okay, congratulations, Clay. Now we need to go ahead and I'll make a motion to make Supervisor David our next vice chairman.
I'll second the motion, sir.
Thank you.
And I say aye to that.
Aye.
Aye.
Pleased to do it.
There we go. Next, we have let's see, a brief summary from our county manager. We'll go on to that. Next, I'll get a chance to say what's been going on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I will be brief. I apologize for missing the elected officials and department head meetings. I was down in Phoenix at a ASIP meeting and County Managers Association meeting for our biannual meetings down there that I needed to be at. So I apologize. I know you received a financial update, but I'll just go briefly over where we're looking at halfway through the year. Our local sales tax continues to trend in a very good direction. We're up this year about 10% over last year. State sales tax revenue is up about 8% from last year. So that's good. As a whole, speaking with the state and the JLBC, they're all looking pretty optimistically at the year, and their budget forecasts have been exceeded. So that's always a good thing going into this legislative session, that the state budget's in a healthy spot. Our general fund is up slightly from last year, which is great. Our jail district fund balance combined with our jail district debt service is slightly above last year, as is our HERF and flood control. So we've been able to increase those fund balances in each of our major funds year over year through half the year. We do still have some major projects and major purchases to happen, so we'll keep monitoring that. One good project that's recently finished is the ballistic lobby over at the courthouse. Mindy Young was able to secure some funding for that and has done a great job. If you get an opportunity to go look at that, they did a good job, and we feel a little more secure over there, and it's definitely more organized and looks great. One other big project over at the jail was to have a walk-in freezer and cooler for our evidence that requires cooling. That bid has been awarded to B&D Air Conditioning, and that project will start mid-January. So we look forward to starting that project. We also started a project last week over at the fairgrounds, a Common Sense building, redoing that concrete floor. Our guys in-house have taken up the floor and are in the process of disposing of it. We'll be working on the bid documents to get that floor poured back. Working with engineering right now, looking at that subgrade. It's a little curious what they did for a subgrade there 30, 40 years ago. We're also working on putting in the bid packet together for the shade structure. That's a burned down playground that we salvaged a lot of those pieces and intend to build it back by the maintenance yard so we can have some shade for some of our bigger equipment to get it out of the sun. We spent a lot of time over the last couple of weeks with our light parade float. I just want to thank all those employees from many departments that helped with that. We consistently had about 10 people helping on that float. We haven't heard yet if we won or not.
Haven't heard.
Okay, Chairman Howard will let us know, but our streak is hopefully still intact. We'll see. But thank you, all the department heads, elected officials that helped with those people. And that's all I have to report for now. Mr. Chairman, we'll in our work session, we'll talk more about highway planning and zoning and engineering projects.
Thank you. Supervisor David.
Thanks. Over the last 2 weeks, I've had an opportunity and was pleased to represent Graham County government as well as the citizens by serving in following ways. I joined McCoy and Dustin with the Phoenix group to get an update on the broadband project for statewide, and we received information that the grant that we applied for was that we will receive the full value of our planned improvements and not have that deducted from the planned upgrades for internet for our unserved residents. And later that day, attended telephonically a point-in-time count meeting, which is coming up for the local committee to end homelessness. We'll have a 3-day effort to count the number of people who are currently without shelter. That evening, went to a city council meeting, and then on Wednesday, this is the 9th of December. Wednesday, traveled to actually that night traveled to Phoenix to attend 2 days of BLM Resource Advisory Council, where we considered our Gila district, the fee proposals, as well as everything all over the state, including the long-term visitors in Quartzsite and southwestern Arizona. I was able after that meeting to zoom into a Coalition of Arizona and Mexico Counties meeting in Albuquerque, and then there was made some comments and for the SEGO combined meeting and made sure those got in for the following day, the prior week, and I'm almost done. In addition to our BLM work session, was pleased to go to a giving machine ceremony, which was really great, and it speaks very well for our town. The next day, our attorney general, Chris Mays, had a 11 to 1 o'clock, a presentation at the Senior Citizen Center for scam prevention, encouraging people to not invest money, not give their identities. It's we had a full house, but there's more. More outreach is needed. But the fact that she was willing to come down and personally conduct that says a lot about her willingness to reach out to the rural counties. And following day, our luncheon, which was superb here, and then ended the week with that week with a department head meeting, which was chaired by Chairman Howard, and that was an excellent meeting. We considered a raise for you, Dustin, but it failed.
That was a costly trip for me then.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Vice Chairman Mack, or Chairman Mack, I guess now, huh?
I just have a few things. December 2nd, I attended the BLM work session. December 11th, Medium County Caucus meetings at the CSA, and the 12th, I attended a CSA Board of Directors meeting at the CSA also. But I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and really let you know how much our county is blessed to have not only the elected officials, but the department heads and all the other employees that we have that support our citizens in our county. I feel like we're very blessed with the people that we have serving. So just want to thank you and say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I hope you get to spend it with your families and enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be really brief. I attended most of the things these guys did. On the third, Attorney General Mays was here, like Paul said, but she's also at our reentry program up at Hillcrest area, and it was a very good presentation. It made me look at her opinions in a whole different light. I think she's doing a fantastic job for us in letting programs like this go forward and advocating for them, and especially in rural Arizona. It was nice to see. On the 5th, I had the opportunity, because Dustin wasn't there to do it, I had to present to the Gila Valley Leadership Program, and thank you, Dustin. That was a fun presentation. It really was. I had a good time doing it, and it was very informative, and it was a lot of good people I met. And then I wasn't able to go to the CSA board meeting, but I zoomed into it because of personal reasons. And then Saturday, we had the light parade, of course. Again, I don't know the results of the floats, but we had 53 floats, which was up from 37 last year. And I don't know how many people was in Safford, but I don't think we could have fit any more on the street. It was amazing. It was an amazing event, great participation, and I'm very proud to be a part of that. But I'd just like to say one thing to finish up. We all have things to be thankful for this time of year. We all have great families, but there's also curves thrown in our lives. And so I just hope and pray everybody could find good out of bad, and in a bad situation, make it good. And God blesses us in funny ways. So, Merry Christmas. Sorry about that. Call the public. I don't think we have any, so we have some bids to open up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, members of the board, for those kind words, and we really appreciate all that you do as well. Merry Christmas. We are going to open up the annual bids for the highway yard. Just a warning, this can get a little lengthy, so if anyone wants to leave, we won't blame you. We are going to try to go quicker this year than usual. This first one is for culvert pipe. We just have one bid. The bidder on here is Pacific Corrugated Pipe Company. Again, we just have one bid, and they have bids for all sizes, 8 inches all the way to 48 inches, round squashes and everything. Those are at a per foot cost, it looks like. So again, we won't read each of these because there's so many, and all of these will be available for any member of the public that wishes through a request to the public.
Mr. Chairman, do we need to conditionally approve each of these individual bids or collectively?
Probably individual, huh?
I think individually, we have them on here individually.
Yeah, yeah. So could we get a motion on that for approval?
Okay, what's the name of the bidder again?
Pacific Corrugated Pipe.
Pacific
Yep.
Corrugated, okay.
Pacific Corrugated Pipe Company.
Chairman Howard, I move that we go ahead and review the culvert pipe from Pacific Pipe, their bid, and refer it to our staff for review and award if it's a conforming bid that is, a reasonable conforming bid.
I will second Supervisor David's motion.
I'll make that unanimous.
This next one is for cover materials or chips. And again, we just have one bidder on this, which is CKC. There were two different options on here. One is the ADOT spec 404-2.02 class 1, and the other one we call the new gram chip spec. It's our own custom spec. There is no bid on the ADOT spec, and on the gram chip spec is $24.52, which is 78 cents a cubic yard per ton.
We just had the one bid, correct?
Yep.
Could I get a motion on that one?
Yes,
or
I'll
comments?
be pleased to. Chairman Howard, I move that on the bid item for cover materials chips that was submitted by CKC, that we refer that to our staff for review with for conformity and award if that is conforming and a reasonable bid price.
I'll second the motion.
Can we get a vote on that, please? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous.
The third item is petroleum products, and we received no bids on that one. So our highway yard will have to work with some vendors and see if they can get some bids. And this one that's in your hands is for emulsified asphalt, and we did receive 3 bids for that. This first one is from
Western Emulsions.
Cactus Transport LLC. And again, well, I guess there's only 4 on here, so I'll just read these. The price for CRS2, this is per ton, $786.59. For CSS-1H, $804.51. And for Premier 1-to-1, $540.75. Material spreader hourly rate, $806 an hour. That's again for Cactus Transport LLC. This next bid is from Hawker and Evans Asphalt Company for CRS2, $766.81. CSS-1H, $448.70. And PMRE 1-to-1, $543.08. Material spreader rate per hour, $400. That's Hawker and Evans Asphalt Company. Last bid for emulsified asphalt is for Western Emulsions, CRS2, $619.58. For Pass 1-to-1, $476.73. For CSS 1H, $662.22. For PMRE 1-to-1, $463.94. And their material spreader rate per hour is $300 per hour. That's Western Emulsions.
Is that the last one?
That was
Yep,
it. So
that was
next one is for Greater Blades.
Get a motion on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Mr.
Yeah.
Chairman, for emulsified asphalt bids that have been submitted, I move that we go ahead and submit these bids for review by our staff and engineering departments, and for review and award to conforming and lowest bidder.
Second.
I'll second that, sorry.
Get a vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous.
All right, this next one's for Greater Blades, and were there 3 or 4 of those? Jim? Three on this one.
3 or 4?
There was 3, weren't there?
No, I
Is
think
there
there was
4?
4. Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Where's the 4th one? Did I send you 2, Clay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got it.
This first one is from Bronco Machinery, and their charge per blade is $156.14. All right. This next one is from WEIR/ESCO for $158.60 per blade. Anything here, right?
Yeah.
This next one's for Empire Southwest for $138.58 per blade. That might not seem like a lot, but how many blades do we go through a year, Steve? Put you on the spot. Couple hundred.
Wow. Final one.
I don't know if we like to grade roads, but we sure grade a lot of them. All right, this one is from Ware Parts and Equipment Company for $175.70 per blade.
Okay, could we get a motion on that, please?
Mr. Chairman, for the Greater Blade bids that have been submitted, I move that we go ahead and submit those to our department for review and approval and award to the lowest conforming bidder.
I'll second the
All
motion.
in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next one is for AB material, just one bidder on this, which is CKC. And cost per ton at plant pickup is $10.66. And no bid for delivery, so that's all pickup.
Get a motion on it.
Mr. Chairman, I move to that we submit the AD material bid from CKC to staff for review for conformity and award if it is a reasonable and conforming bid.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Last bid item is for signposts. And we had 3.
Yes. And one of them is very secure.
This bid is from Centerline Supply. It's only 4 bid items, so I'll just read these. For 2x2, $3.90 per foot, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, $4.62, 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, $6.59. These are all per foot. And then for Telespar Anchor, $14.50 each. Hey, this bid is from Accessories Squared Southwest Inc. 2x2, $4.51, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, $5.13, 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, $5.76, and for the Telespar anchor, $14.05 each.
Here's the one.
That's
Final
specific,
bid
yeah.
for Pacific Products and Services, 2x2, $3.68, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, $4.68, 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, $6.27. And then for the Telespar anchor, $11.95 each.
Is that it?
That's it.
Could we get a motion on that, please?
I will make a motion, sir, for the signposts. Make a motion that our staff review the proposed quotes. Make a decision from there.
I'll be pleased to second our new chairman, Mac's motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Thank you. If that's all we have, we will be adjourned. Go into our work session. Thank you.
Thank you.